Video, for a start, is the #1 desired medium for people online. The internet now, from a news and information perspective, has become a video medium. People want to access that information and see it and visualize it in the video format. So at JRC, we did a couple of things. The first thing we did is we bought about 1,000 high-definition flip cameras and put them in the hands of all of our journalists, and indeed in some of our ad salespeople as well, who wanted to take that new product to their customers. That in turn meant we started to create what was almost no videos per month 18 months ago. A year ago, it was 400 videos per month. Right now, as we sit today, we produce more than 1,000 videos a week. We're producing an enormous amount of video content because we've cross-trained all of our journalists who not only create stories, they also create video now when they go out on assignment. And so this means that by using those tools available to us, we're able to create an entirely new line of news and information products. Working with a company like Syndicaster, it has facilitated the editing, the creation of video, and more importantly, the distribution of video across a vast network created by our people in a way that has created advertising opportunities, information opportunities, and video begets video and begets other stories. People want to comment on video, and it helps us as we look at our communities and decide what's important to cover in those communities. It helps direct us to what's important. Well, this is a very new deal to us, as you know, our new deal with Syndicaster, but essentially in the main, you can think about this as someone in the field using a flip camera, shooting an incident that's happened or an interview, can literally open up their laptop, download the video, which is a flip camera, is USB, plug it in, there's the video, there's no downloading time, it's immediately on your laptop, and then using a web browser interface, access the Syndicaster product to essentially upload the video, edit the video, and it's immediately available on our sites and syndicated through the Syndicaster network.
What is your thought about how video has evolved for newspapers and where it should be going?
Well, I think a few years ago, when I think the very first time people started to understand video is a product that people really want, and that the technology is making it more easily available for us to create, it was still expensive and it was cumbersome. And so as we started to, in the newspaper business, as we started to try to harness that product 3 years ago, and take it even further back, Andy, take it back 5 years ago, there was no high-definition flip camera for $169 that could produce high-definition broadcast-worthy images. The technology has become almost a zero price point. It's negligible what that price point is. There were very few services available to help you edit and distribute, if any, 5 years ago, to help you edit and distribute that video in a fashion that added almost zero extra cost and expanded your audience opportunities. Now, almost every newspaper company, legacy media company, is interested in expanding its audience. The two things Warren Buffett always talks about: do you have a growing audience, and do you have people who want to access that audience and pay you for that? This is the first time in about a 5-year period, newspapers are experiencing this exploding audience through their digital products, largely video products, and very cost-effectively creating that audience. So we have a much larger audience and the opportunity to monetize that. That's the key difference. 3 years ago, it was cumbersome to do, expensive to do, and it wasn't readily available for our companies to monetize that audience stream. You don't have to convince an agency today that online video is a sexy product for an advertiser to take a look at with one of your products. That's not a discussion you have to have anymore sitting in front of an ad agency. You don't have to spend enormous amount of dollars training journalists how to use a flip video.
And do they edit themselves?
They do.
Do you have staff editors, or they all do it
We
themselves?
do have staff editors, but we're not going to create that bottleneck. The Syndicaster product, with the training with our people, lets the reporter themselves edit their video and upload their video, so we don't have a bottleneck. The problem 3 years ago, for at least our company, was if you wanted to get into video, and we did it very minimally, was the bottleneck. So think of our company with 324 products across 10 states, and we're going to create a video center where there's a bunch of people beavering away to create, to create and edit video. It couldn't happen. when working with companies like Syndicaster, we've taken that away, that bottleneck's away. It's instantaneous.
What are the opportunities for you? How are you taking advantage of that in terms of monetizing the videos?
Well, it's easy to talk about. Our digital revenue in the last 10 months is essentially digital-only revenue, meaning it's not packaged with anything, has doubled. Digital revenue is now a double-digit percentage of all of our advertising revenue. It is growing at a double-digit rate. It's highly profitable. And in our case, at JRC, it's actually backfilling print losses that had happened in various categories, most particularly in classified, auto, and jobs, for example. This has been, this time now with newspapers have become much leaner because they had to in the cost department. The developments and outsourcing of these huge infrastructure costs that newspapers and legacy media companies have, 2/3 of all newspaper companies are in legacy media costs and infrastructure, that's all going away. It's all being dramatically dropped, and we're left with what we really want to do, create content and monetize the audience that that content gets us. And so we're seeing now a dramatic growth, both in profit and in digital revenue. At JRC, this is a company I took over about 13 months ago. We took that company out of bankruptcy. In a year, that company has gone to more than $40 million in profit. A large part of that is that digital effort to A, reduce costs, and B, drive new revenue streams. We'll be able to report to our staff in about the next 4 weeks what that profit actually is, because they're going to share in that. We announced a profit sharing program along with a training program for all 3,100 members of our staff. They have really embraced this digital first strategy that we've put together, and you can see it in the results. You can see it in the top line, you can see it in the bottom line, you can see it in the amount of videos, for example, that we're creating. As I say, we're now 1.3 million video streams last month in our company. Same month, January 2010, that was 117,000 video streams. There's 2 ad opportunities per video stream, 2.6 million new ad opportunities per month at JRC in video alone, and it's all at less cost.